3, 2, 1. All right, welcome to the episode of Sims Reality. Ace, you want to give your... I'm sorry, Leanne.
You better shut the fuck up because it's a good thing it's live. Because, anyways,
Here we go. What's your name?
Solo. You guys can call me Solo.
And what do you do for work? Life? Living?
I work at a law firm
And
in a leadership position.
single, taken?
Um,
Complicated?
I just started seeing somebody.
And you said you're 30...
8.
38. Okay, so let me...
Calling that out?
Yeah, I know. Right? All right, so why are you single at 38?
Wow.
No, that's what I asked.
Just go right
That's
in.
what I asked. Like, where did things go wrong in
What
life?
do you mean, where did things go wrong?
Like-
I think I just haven't met somebody that is giving me everything I need. Like,
What do
I've
you-
been in long-term relationships, and people fumble the ball, you know?
What do they fumble
Especially
exactly?
once they think they have you, right? Men, I think a lot of men. I don't want to say all men, but
it's okay.
once
Generalize.
they know that you're committed and you love them. And
Where did you fumble, like, exactly? Like, what's I? No,
I'm not the one. I'm not necessarily saying I'm the one who fumbled.
Why would you, did you not hear her? She
No,
said
but
men
it's-
fumble the bag.
Like, they think
Okay,
once
relax.
they have you, they have you.
Okay,
They're-
relax.
And like,
Anyways,
you
let her
know,
talk.
That's it, and you're not gonna leave.
No, but what I'm
You
trying
guys
to.
need to keep up. You know the.
But what do they do that like
They just
particular?
sometimes people get too comfortable. Sometimes people.
They got fat?
Push no. No.
Do you care if he's fat?
I don't know. I don't know. Really think about that. I like a man who takes care of himself, for sure.
Okay.
Do you like a girl who's fat? Do you care?
Yeah, fucking send her to the fucking dumpster.
Wow.
But wait, sorry. Go back to what
Send
you were saying.
yourself to the dumpster.
You said yourself. You've been eating. You've been eating at the
No,
dumpster.
I want to say it.
You've been dancing at the
wanna say
dumpster. You're a baby.
Listen, some people carry it well, right?
Some people carry it well.
Some people look better as like big boys than skinny guys.
hold on,
and
go-
some people,
Yeah.
they don't. They don't.
Listen
carry
to
it
the
so
words that
well,
she's saying.
You know. It depends who you are.
Going
Yeah.
back to what we were saying though. Okay, so wait, you're 38.
Are we gonna talk about my love life?
Yeah,
this whole
pretty
time?
much.
Yeah,
So-
because
so-
we already
so-
know about my love.
So you're 30. So you're 38.
Yeah.
Okay, so where
Got out of my last long-term relationship about 4 years ago.
and
So
why
around
did that end?
2020. It just turned ugly, you know.
Yeah.
People push their boundaries, you know.
Do you want kids?
I don't know. I've gone back and forth a lot. I wanted kids, but at this point in my life,
Time's ticking.
yeah, like it's
It's now or
one
never.
of those things where, yeah, and I really have to meet somebody that makes me want to procreate with them, you know.
Why don't you take the kid and then just dip?
I don't really want to be a single mom or anyone's baby moms, you know.
Why?
It's not
Kids are the best.
I think kids really need both their parents.
Yeah,
kids
they
are the
do.
best.
They do.
Like full time. And like I think kids are fucked up if they're not shown that they're loved and wanted.
Why don't you just settle? My
Why
question
do you
is-
want her to settle it? Why are you asking all these
Why
questions?
should I settle?
Because you're not gonna get. Okay, here.
Listen, I bring a lot to the table.
What do you bring?
A lot.
Like what?
A lot. Okay? I know what I have to bring to the table. So if you're not able to meet me there, or at least maintain the lifestyle I maintain for myself, then there's no room
But
for
what
you
what
in my life.
what exactly do you like bring that's so different?
What do you mean that's so different?
From
I'm
all the other-
independent, I make good money. I'm loyal. I can fucking bring life into the world. Like,
But guys don't necessarily care if you make money or if
well, a lot of guys
you're
are
independent.
idiots, though, right?
I mean, I
That's
don't
the
disagree with
point.
you.
That's the point.
Why do you disagree that
No,
guys are idiots?
No, I'm saying I don't disagree with her that she's saying like obviously girls are idiots, guys are
Yeah,
idiots, right?
I don't
everyone's.
think I'm asking for a lot. I'm just asking for you to be able to bring what I'm bringing, and I'm
Which-
not
which is
meeting
what?
people that are able. Everything I just mentioned.
No, but do you want a guy that's like makes a lot of money? Do you want a guy that like
Listen, it's you don't have to make as much as I do or more than I do or whatever. You have to be able. You have to be ambitious and you have to work hard. And I'm kind of old now to say like let's grow together, you know. But at one point in my life, I was willing to do that and be someone's cheerleader and support them and their dreams and all that. So I think that's perfectly fine if you're a young couple.
what's the minimum salary for you?
These are hard questions.
Not really.
Because I don't really. I'm.
They're important questions.
Listen, if you can provide for yourself and yours, that's good enough for me.
But you said you
I'm-
wanted a traditional man, no?
Not necessarily. You said you're a traditional man.
No, I'm saying like you also wanted like a traditional guy that will
I
take care,
said that
head of household, all that shit.
traditional stuff will work if both people play their parts and stay in
Yes.
their lane right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna work if you're people, and I think the lines are so blurred now, right?
Yeah.
Like, to you, traditional is a woman stays home, a man provides. A woman doesn't go out, doesn't have an Instagram, all that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
You're
I have a career.
not gonna delete
I'm not
your.
gonna delete my Instagram.
Why? Why not?
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
Why should I?
Because if you have Instagram,
Because
you're
if
still
you
you're still marketing yourself.
No.
Well, how are you not marketing yourself?
It's a tool to keep in touch with friends and family. It's a tool as it's an emotional outlet.
You don't need to have pictures on there.
My Instagram is not public, right?
No, I'm not saying it's not public, but I'm saying like for certain things, certain situations, obviously yes, like I agree with you. Like if you have your Instagram for like friends and family, that's fine.
Especially if you're foreign.
But majority of girls don't do that. Majority of girls have.
But I'm not on Instagram posting my ass every day.
I'm saying
marketing
modern.
My do you know what I mean?
But modern day girls do that though.
Sure, but that's what they're using it for.
First of all, why you
saying,
putting
like,
at me?
her-
Like her.
Her
We're in
age
the
group.
same. We're in the.
No, her age group, like Gen Z kids and shit like
First
that.
of all, you are a part of Gen Z.
I'm not
You're
Gen
yes,
Z.
you are. You
I'm
literally.
not.
It starts from 1995. If you're smart
no,
enough
it's
to know
not.
that, it literally does not.
No, it's not. It starts. What do you call
You're
it?
not millennial.
No.
You're not millennial.
How much
You
you want?
search
How
this
much
up
you
right
want?
now.
Okay, let's.
You search this up right now.
Okay, if I win, what are you gonna do?
Why do what?
You better eat. That's what you're gonna do.
Were you? Are you gonna pay for my food? Uber Eats.
Gen Z. Hold on. Gen Z age range.
It's either gonna be 1995.
1997.
It's not 1997. Some of it's
1997 to 2012.
Search it up. There's different
what are
ways.
you, a
I'm telling you right
millennial?
now. There's different.
No, there's not, man.
No, there is different ones. People don't know when it starts.
Educate yourself.
You educate yourself.
Educate yourself.
You educate yourself. You look at the.
Okay.
first-
Anyways, moving off topic. Okay, so what exactly do you find like the biggest quality trait that you want in like a guy?
I just want someone to make my life peaceful. I don't have a problem catering to a man who's gonna make my life peaceful.
You don't like
who
toxicity?
knows how to lead. I don't like
She
toxicity.
doesn't like people like you.
I think people also confuse passion for toxicity a lot of the time, and it keeps them in a bad cycle. And it's not. It's something we do when we're young, and you need to do it enough to get sick of it and recognize it, because it's hard sometimes to recognize too. Before you decide you're not going to do it anymore. You know?
Yeah. Would you? So like, what about like a masculine man? You want a masculine man?
What
Or
do you mean by that? I'm
like,
masculine.
You want like an alpha male, or do you
What
want
is
like
an alpha male to you?
a guy that? Okay, so let's just say a few words. But there's so many different things. But let's just say a few words.
Okay.
A man that leads, takes charge, takes ownership of
What is
things.
leadership to you, though?
You
Does
could
that
say-
mean
you
you
could
make
say-
good
you-
decisions in the best interests of
Both partners.
exactly.
So leadership. So you know that
That to
taking
me,
care of like financial decisions that are like smart.
everything. It's not
Everything.
just financial. It's
Going
your
out-
heart. It's taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
And like I want a man that's strong, not just physically but mentally too, and takes care of that. So, and I'm not saying like you have to go to therapy every like week or whatever, but that has to be a priority for you too. So that's masculine to me.
But what I'm saying is, would you want to be okay? So what do you think about the guys today? Like, why do you find that it's so hard to date today?
I think a lot of men want to be chased nowadays.
For real
Right?
though.
Like women, like they want
You look
to,
like a chaser.
stand outside their window with like a boombox, like I love you. No,
Do you do that?
no,
Why not?
no. It's not my style. It's not my generation. It's not my. I'm never gonna.
Do you
chase
find
a
okay?
man.
But
Never.
do you find that it's because of all the bullshit stuff that like Me Too movement, all that stuff that where guys feel like it's too much risk now to go after a girl, get in charge of sexual harassment, do all that
because
stuff.
there's a difference between, like being cute and being
Being
creepy.
creepy.
Yeah.
No, I think that if you're attractive, it's gonna come off as cute. But if you're
Not really.
unattractive, it comes
Not
off as creepy.
really.
That's no. This is fact. This is
The
actual legit
attractiveness
fact.
Wait,
It's
can we pull up the
subjective.
statistics?
No, but
Pull up the
attractiveness.
statistics.
Yes, attractiveness.
What's my cup of tea might not be your cup of tea, and what is her cup of tea might not be. Do you know what I mean?
No, but the thing about attractiveness is this: like when people say it's so subjective, no, it's actually you can actually put it in a certain category. You can tell if a person is attractive or not. Whether you don't find them to be like an ideal candidate, to date, that's fine. But most people can identify yes, attractive, yes, ugly. Doesn't matter. Like humans are just biologically hardwired that. The way attractiveness is judged
So I'll give you an
is
example.
based on symmetrical.
My girlfriend, because I'm old, her daughter's going to prom soon. And this little boy came over while her daughter was out with her friend and like planned with her friend to put like candles on like the
Promposal.
driveway and yeah, I do like a little like proposal to her that said like prom and he like arranged it with her mom and when she got home she wasn't expecting it and there was him like asking her to go to prom. I thought that was so cute. That was such a nice gesture. That's not something that would have happened in my generation ever.
No, but what does
You
that
know,
what does that mean though?
People asked each other to go to prom, and people. No, I'm just saying it's that's cute versus
Someone just
somebody
constantly
just-
doing it every single day,
yeah,
just
or
leaving little
like
notes
being
every
creepy about harassing you to go with them, or being like,
just not taking no for an answer.
yeah.
I get what you're trying to say, but what I was just saying in general is that like it does matter to a certain degree. Like everyone has. I know what you're saying. Like
Sure,
it's subjective, but
sure.
everyone kind of knows if this person is attractive, this person is not attractive.
I'm telling
Like,
you, with me and my best friends, we all have different tastes. Me and my sister, we both have very different tastes. Me and my I'm telling you, it.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying, but
They could be looking at somebody, and I'm like, you know, and same thing for me. Like they're like, oh, that's so your type, and to me,
So
I
what's
don't
your-
feel like I have a type.
what's
I
your-
don't feel like I have.
what's your definition of?
There's a thing.
Yeah,
the thing
no.
about persistence and like just not taking no for an answer is completely different.
I agree.
Because like, there's a difference between like you have to know when the line has been.
So wait,
crossed.
have you chased guys?
Yeah, and I don't know why you're laughing. Like,
No,
it's
but
not,
just the way you said yeah.
You know what? I just like I
You
don't
just-
understand what.
I'm just saying, like the way you said
it is-
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're
and,
proud of
like,
it. I like it.
Cool. And who asked you if you liked it or not?
I said I'm commenting.
Relax. You need to relax.
Okay, but wait. Let me ask you a question. So
Yeah.
you chase guys, and where did that end up leading to? It's
Nothing.
why?
Because it just didn't work out.
Some guys like that. No, some guys really do. Some guys like to be approached. Some guys like aggressive girls. Some guys like that.
But what I'm saying is like, okay,
Assertive.
how did you
Sorry,
chase?
not
How did you have you chased guys?
No.
Okay, so the guys that you chased, how did you pursue it?
Like it's usually just kind of like just.
Are you
kinda-
talking about crushing on a guy or
not really
chasing
crushing
a guy?
on a
Just trying to like date them.
like kind of see
like
what,
shooting your shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like mostly it's just like, trying to get to know them, but knowing the boundaries, like you don't want to always just text them. Like I usually wait until they text me, but like, yeah, just pretty much trying to get to know them. Like what different stuff that they like, maybe seeing stuff that like, we have stuff in common. We'll talk about that. Just kind of figure out things that like most of us like. So we have like ways to like, I can find ways that we can actually connect on stuff and we can
You're just
build.
getting to know somebody.
Yeah.
Really?
Basically. And then if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
If a girl ever chases me, I think there's one thing and one thing only. She wants to smash.
If
Well-
a girl's being nice to you, do you think that she's chasing you?
She's trying to smash.
She's trying to smash just because
So
she's
you
being
have
nice to you?
Can I have
Yeah.
a question? Can I
What if
ask a
she's
question?
raised with manners and she's a polite lady?
Still,
doesn't believe
still
in
trying
that.
to smash.
She's still
She's
trying
still
to
trying-
smash.
He
No,
doesn't-
here's the thing. There's no need for a woman to be polite. To like, there's no need for a woman to go out and
That's
talk
such
to
a
a guy.
Toronto man thing to
Can
say.
I ask you a
No,
question?
it's true.
Sam,
Why
can
do
I
you need
ask
to
you a
go out and
question?
talk to other guys? You
Sam,
don't
can I
need
ask
to
you
do
a
that.
question?
Like,
But
if-
it's not about talking.
but if
to
you're
other
nice,
guys.
like-
Sorry, she was saying.
sorry, what are you saying?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So, would you rather have her have no manners at all? Like,
No,
you just
I said she can be polite to people.
Yes.
Like you could be polite to retail workers. You could be polite to, the waiter. You could be polite to whoever. But why are you talking to other mans?
But like,
Whoa.
what if? Okay, it really depends
That's
on the
some
context. It
insecurity
depends.
right
It
there.
depends
How
on
is
the
that insecurities?
It depends on the context. So
What
like,
do you mean talk? Like,
Why do you need to talk to other
wait,
people?
flirting?
No, any sort of talking.
But like, wait, okay, so
Any
like,
sort
let's say
of
she has
talking.
like a male coworker.
That's
so you don't
fine.
want.
That's
okay,
fine. That's
and she's a
fine.
male friend. Do you have an issue with her
no,
having
there's
a
going
male
to be
friend?
people of
No,
the
no.
opposite sex
No male
out in the
friends?
world.
No male friends.
What if
guys
he's
and
gay?
girls cannot be
What if he's gay?
Gay's fine. Gay's
Guys
fine.
and girls can't be friends.
No, no way. Guys
He
and girls
doesn't.
cannot
He's
be
so
friends.
old.
No.
Now I know
I
you're a
disagree.
millennial. Now I know you're a
Explain to me how.
millennial.
I disagree.
Now I know you're
I
a
was a
millennial.
tomboy growing up. I had guy friends my whole life.
But if you
that
called
called me
them-
a dude,
But if you called them one day and told them, "Hey, you want to fuck?" they probably would say yes. How does that make you your friend?
no, maybe, probably most of them,
So,
but I definitely at least one or two of them would be like, no. You're my
you,
sister.
you
like,
get them in
no.
the right mood, they'll do it. When maybe they're
I
on
don't think
Pornhub
so.
and they're ready, and then you
But
call
what
them
if
up.
they don't?
No,
You're
like-
saying that as if like you're.
And also,
you know,
These
It's-
are guys
in
that
my
like
opinion-
watched me grow
listen,
up
listen,
with like saw me
it's
with
not
hairy
even-
legs. Like didn't like.
It's not even my.
It's not like that. It's like family.
Yeah, it's not even my opinion, but there's no benefit for a guy to be friends with a girl. To be
But
honest
like,
with you.
why?
Whoa.
Why is there a benefit?
Okay, stop. Because now
Yeah.
you're saying a woman doesn't bring any value to a relationship.
No, I'm saying in
Why-
a platonic
to a
relationship.
friendship.
In a platonic
That's
relationship.
just not true.
How so?
It's just not true.
So
You can't be friends with a girl. Like that's so
I'm
sad
saying
to
I'm
me.
saying that there's more benefits for the female to be friends with a guy than is for a guy to be friends with a girl.
I don't understand.
Really?
Because
what do you mean by benefit?
Okay, so I'll explain to you.
I'll name one thing.
Automatically, when you go out,
Mm-hmm.
go outside, you get protection. Doesn't matter which guy you are, you automatically get that protection. That's the first benefit.
Okay.
Many times your parents will be like, go out with your
Cool.
brother, go out with like your boyfriend.
really.
Yes. Most
really.
you go to any country in the world, you have a male, you're protected.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, you no
So
matter
is
what.
this why you're thinking that women are friends with men?
No. Number two is
Okay.
you get boyfriend vibes. Guys usually will still pay for going out with a girl.
No.
If a guy comes and robs your friend, you're gonna have to obligate to chase that fucking purse down. So there's more pros for a female than there is for a guy to be friends
Not
with
if
a girl.
you're
Can I
the
ask you a
girl like
question?
What?
playing basketball with the guys, getting like tripped on the court.
No,
and,
like-
Can I ask you a
do you
question?
know what I
So
mean?
like, do you
No.
like, let's say, can you ask your guy friends about like giving your girlfriend gifts? That's my question. I do not think they will give you good ideas. Do you?
No,
what about you?
Actually, a lot of my guy friends, as I've grown up, I have less and less because of my own relationships and because they've gotten into relationships. But
No,
did
I wonder
have a
why.
lot-
I wonder why.
Oh, I wonder why. I get
Yeah.
it. No, it's called respect, right?
I wonder why.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I did throughout my whole life. I've had guys come to me. What's a good idea for a like first date, a third date? Well, what do you get someone 3
like,
months
what-
in? What
It's
do
called
you-
ChatGPT if you need help.
But okay, how old is
ChatGPT
ChatGPT? How
came
old
out
is
2 years ago.
How old is ChatGPT?
Okay, but here's the thing. No,
Listen to me.
listen to me
How
first.
old is ChatGPT? Were they using it in 2014?
No.
But why would you ask
You used
a
to have to use your
girl?
brain for things.
Why would you ask a girl on how to get, let's say, pick up a girl, or talk or raise a girl, or try to getting a girl when
Putting your
girls
friends-
when
Because you need a female opinion.
no, you don't.
Yeah,
because
you kind of do
if
though.
you
Some of you guys
hold
are
on,
stupid.
hold on, wait.
Some of you guys are
if you're
stupid.
if you're a lion,
Why
hold
would
on,
you think
if
that
you-
a man knows what a woman?
Can I ask you something? If you're a lion, do you ask the gazelle how to catch it, or do you
First
ask
of all,
another lion how
why
to
are you
catch the
asking a whole
gazelle?
different species?
Because what I'm trying
That's
to
a
say,
stupid
But
question.
if I'm trying to catch a gazelle, I'm gonna go try and learn as much about a gazelle
And-
from a gazelle to find out about a gazelle's
You have
habits
to
and
study the
gazelle-
gazelle.
How would you
Yes.
how would you do that when you go to a lion who catches the gazelle?
But, like-
how to catch a gazelle?
but you
don't-
have
a
to
gazelle
study-
a gazelle's not gonna know how to catch.
I'm the
No,
lion.
I'm
itself.
saying that you have
I'm
to.
the lion. I
Mm-hmm.
want to learn about the gazelle. Okay, where's the
It's a
gazelle
study.
go in the morning? Yeah, what does the gazelle do?
And
during
why
the
wouldn't
day?
you
What-
learn from the lion?
But why
Because
would
I'm
you learn
hunting
from
the
a
gazelle.
lion?
Because the lion knows how to hunt. The whole point is to hunt and get
But
the
the
prey.
thing is, who taught that lion how to hunt? That's my question.
The other lions.
First of all, how
Like, what are you trying to say?
It all
came
starts
first?
from
A
something.
gazelle
No,
in the
can
air.
you
Listen,
shut the fuck up
listen,
for like
listen.
2
A
seconds?
gazelle-
Let me speak.
Go on.
Let me speak.
Go on.
Because obviously you're not letting me speak. She knows what I'm trying to say. You have to learn from somewhere. No lion came out of the womb knowing how to do it. A lion had to learn from somewhere. They studied and they learned. And obviously other lions, it gets passed down. That's what you don't
They
understand.
do teach
Leanne-
each other to hunt.
Leanne,
Hold on. You just answered the fucking answer.
you
A
studied.
baby lion comes out out of the womb. Okay.
Yes.
Whatever the lions, whatever, pup, whatever it is.
No, he's
Cubs.
right. They do teach each
Where
other
you
and some-
teach?
No.
You don't go.
He's
The
right,
baby
though.
lion doesn't go to gazelle.
No,
How do
I
ca-
never
How do I catch you?
You-
They
I feel
watch.
like you're not
hold on,
listening
listen,
to me.
listen.
You're not listening.
They watch.
No, you're not listening to
Oh my
me.
God, yes,
and
you
she
are.
actually heard what I said.
Okay.
You can't just. You know what?
Go on.
No, I don't care
on,
anymore.
go
I
on.
will not care anymore. I'm not going to speak anymore.
No, explain the answer.
End of the podcast.
I want to hear.
Goodbye.
Explain.
Wrap up. Wrap up.
Lions are smart enough to distinguish between species, right? And how to
Yeah,
catch them,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And like what the best method is of like
Yes.
hunting this specific type of prey, right? Okay, so that's a learned behavior, through
Yes.
trial and error, right?
Yes.
So it's not something that they've taught themselves before they're able to pass down to their cubs. So it's a taught behavior. That's what she's saying. It's not
Yeah.
instinctual.
It's
right?
not instinctual. That's
Maybe
what
it's
No, it
instinctual to
is
hunt.
instinctual.
No, maybe
It
it's
is.
instinctual to hunt, but to know how to catch a gazelle specifically versus a whatever,
A boar.
a boar or a whatever, a zebra, whatever you want to say. That's a learned behavior.
But that behavior you only learn from another lion. You don't learn it from a gazelle.
Oh my
you
God.
cannot learn it from
No,
a
I
gazelle.
never even said that though.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Let's go back to the
Never even said
human
I don't
human
remember
viewpoint.
what we were talking about.
If you want to get a girl, you ask a other guy on how
No,
to
you
get other
don't.
girl because
Some of you
women
guys
do
don't
not know how to.
raise.
No, women do not. Hold on.
Listen,
some-
maybe
guys
if
don't
you
know how
ask
to
a guy
raise.
who has a lot of
Some of you guys don't know how to
experience,
raise.
and
Sorry.
maybe if you ask a man with a lot of experience and he speaks to you out of experience in a genuine tone, maybe you will get good answers.
But not all your guy
But you're
friends know.
probably better going to a woman.
Why
or a
would
bunch
you
of
go
women.
to a woman when women don't
Because you're
even go?
learning
But,
about
like, my
women.
question
They're
is-
gonna go to the subject, right? To learn about the subject matter.
But do women pick up guys or no? Do women pick up other girls? No,
Sometimes.
they
Sometimes
don't.
depends where you are.
That's what I'm
In
trying to say.
Miami,
But my
girls will
question
pick
is,
you up.
You
so
get-
my
you-
question
Where
is,
you are.
Sorry, wait.
Depends on the culture of where you're at.
You get approached by guys. Okay? You get
Okay.
approached by guys.
Okay.
You don't do the approaching at all in any sort of way. You just said right now you don't chase.
But that's me.
But
That's my generation.
majority of the girls don't chase. Why would they have to chase? They have an ambience of they have
think it's
abundance of guys.
changing. No, I think it's
not.
changing.
It's only chasing the guys who are top tier, 1%, because every girl wants that 1% guy, the guy that has all the money, status, looks, height, all that stuff. Yes, girls
Not
will
all
not chase
girls
those guys.
chase That,
Good.
though.
But I'm
Not all
saying-
girls want that. Some girls just want a man
I'm
with
not
a good
saying-
heart and like a pure soul. Like you
I'm
know,
not saying that
pure
most.
heart.
I'm not saying that men. So I'm not saying that all women chase the 1% tier. I'm saying yeah, there's gonna be some girls that will chase guys, but majority is guys are chasing girls. That's always what it is. You can't bullshit that. You can't say
I
anything.
think because you're a traditionalist, you're always going to feel that way. But I think that the tides are changing, and I think more women are thinking of it the way Leanne is thinking of it. And I'm just going to try and get to know this person and see if I like them.
So then
right?
I go based on.
Because the gender roles are changing so much.
But I go based on statistics, and statistics shows
Are you
on.
looking at statistics?
Yes, dating apps, and that's the best way. That's the best way to showing it. And dating apps show men
you
and men
serious?
men
apps?
men
There's an
have to
entire
initiate.
dating app there's an entire dating app that allows women to initiate, isn't there?
Yes, Bumble.
Right.
And guess what happens?
What happens?
It's the lowest, by far lowest usage in terms of users out of all dating apps. It's Hinge. I think Hinge is number one. I think OkCupid is second. I think there's a few other ones, but a lot of women, and there's a lot of
OkCupid?
bots. There's a lot of bots on a lot of these things too. But in general, though, what I'm trying to say is that on most dating apps, okay, it doesn't matter which platform you're on. Majority of the time, men have to initiate. Men have to try rizzing the girl. Men have to try saying something unique.
But don't you think that's how it should be?
That's what I'm trying to say to
Like,
you.
don't you think women should be made to feel special? If they're
100%,
doing all of this
100%.
To, you know,
1,000%. I agree. But then why, going back to my original point, why would you talk to a chick about getting a girl? It's better talk to a guy because guys have been through experiences.
not
They've been
every
through
it's
guy
shit.
good
though.
to talk to everybody.
Not every guy,
I
though.
always think it's good to have
Yes.
conversations.
Some
with
guys don't
different
have riz, though.
perspectives, But I agree with what she's saying in that you're going to go to the subject matter to learn about the subject. It doesn't make sense to talk to only guys if you want to learn about women. It makes sense to go to women and get their perspective as well. And you have to be willing to listen, to understand if you want to learn.
I believe that women don't know what the fuck they want.
First of all,
I think people don't know
Okay.
what the fuck
no,
they want.
no,
homie.
no, no, no. Because
No.
why is
You think
80%?
men know what they want 100%
So-
of
so
the
why is
time?
80%
many
of-
men cheat?
Can I
So
ask
why
a
is
question
80%
real
of divorce
quick?
initiated by females?
Can I ask a question?
Because they're unhappy because men are fucking dogs. Half the time, most of the time.
Most,
Sorry.
you know what? I actually disagree.
Can I ask
I've
a question?
Hold on, wait. I talked to a lot of different,
talk.
a lot of different men before, and a lot of older men will say that the one thing that they crave the most is respect.
Okay.
I think that if you can't
Why are you in a
respect,
relationship if you don't respect your spouse? To begin with,
that's what I'm trying to say. Is that
how
a
are you
lot?
going to be in a relationship with anybody? you don't
100%. You're right. And that's what I'm trying to say is that a lot of men will sacrifice their lives, work shitty jobs, do everything they can for their family. And a lot of times females will, have a different type of viewpoint. Oh, you're not taking care of me anymore. You're not giving me enough attention. There's a lot of different things. But
He's staying home and going to work and taking care of his family. What's the problem?
what is the problem?
But like, what? It really depends on how he is.
Something's going wrong, right? There's a lot of layers to a relationship.
Of course, there's a lot of layers. But what I'm trying to say is if 80% of it is initiated by females and men are not initiating it,
Doesn't
men
that
are.
teach you something about the culture
I think that.
of
I
what
think
men
that.
are, how men are taught to love?
I
If
think
women are feeling unloved and wanting to leave,
no. I think first of all, men and women love differently. Men love idealistically, and women love opportunistically. So there's two different ways people love. So the way men love is like, have you ever watched The Great Gatsby?
yeah, sure. I
That-
read The Great Gatsby.
That's exactly how men love. And so it's the closest thing to unconditional love, I would say, by far.
I think men love with their eyes.
Yes,
honestly.
100%. But that's what I'm trying to say is that there are certain things. So women, when they love, they try finding the best suitable candidate to have a kid with. They're trying to find, like, think about all.
Do you think that's conscious or subconscious?
No, that's 100% subconscious.
Okay.
Because if you look at it from history, you would have certain individuals that would slaughter, let's say Genghis Khan,
Sure.
would slaughter
He ruled
villages,
the country.
and then he would take the wife of the
Sure.
family and then rape them, and then they would fall in love with them.
Doubtful.
No, because the thing is that for her survival,
You said they all fell in love
For
with
her
us.
survival, she had to. And that's what's called being
But that's
opportunistic.
not real love. That's not opportunistic.
But that's what I was saying. That's
That's kinda opportunistic.
That's
Why do
kinda
you-
creepy.
You want to
That's
be
creepy.
Creepy,
love.
but it's opportunistic.
Yeah, he's gonna kill me if I don't suck his dick.
But think
like-
about it like this though.
Come on.
You want to be with a man that is, you just said right before, can take majority of females can take care of you, can provide, can be security. Those are things of your survival.
I need someone who can take care of themselves.
But you also want someone to take care of you as well. If a man comes,
That would be nice because, but we need to take care of each other. It doesn't go one way, right?
I'm not saying take care of you in the sense where like, yeah, you can take
You're
care of.
talking about finances.
No, I'm not talking about just finances. I'm talking
There's
about
so
I'm
much
talking
more
about
to taking care
so
of
many different things. I'm talking
Can
about
you listen?
okay, so let's say Leanne, let's say one day you're dating a guy.
Why do you have to use me as
'Cause
an
I'm-
example?
I'm just saying.
You could have just really just listed
Okay.
things.
No, but
it's
I'm
really,
asking
it's
you-
really, is it really? You didn't have to use
Okay,
me as an
just
example.
calm
I just
down.
wanted you to just give me an example. You don't have to.
But
give
I
me
am giving you
as
example. I am giving you example.
Why do I have to?
Let's
Why
just
am
say-
I you're a
let's
huge
just say
example?
let's just say you're dating a guy. Okay,
Okay.
you guys are watching a movie. Let's say, okay. And
Uncharted?
Let's sure, whatever it is. And one day, a robber comes in
Aw.
and has a gun, and your boyfriend's like, "Yo, take this bitch, take this bitch right here," or he just dips, or he runs away. How would you? What would you do the next day? Be honest with me.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. What was that?
I said
He just
Your
ditches
man
me.
tells
Let's say-
you to take a gun and
no,
ditches
no.
you?
Let's say for both you guys. Let's say you're watching a movie. A robber comes in. Okay.
Okay.
Has a machete, has a gun, and instead of you doing anything, you run away.
Okay.
You don't do anything.
Okay.
You basically just allow you getting raped. You doing anything.
Okay.
Next day, what are you gonna do? You gonna stay with him or you gonna leave?
Oh, he's allowing the robber to do anything to me.
He's not. He's not sacrificing anything. He's not trying to fight it off.
Oh, if he doesn't try to, I'm trying to fight. So if he's not trying to
But
fight,
let's-
and he's
let's be
a
realistic.
puss, then
But
nah.
there you go.
Sorry.
But that's what I'm saying. That
He's
is
gone.
protection.
Yeah.
And here's what I'm trying to say: is this? Here's the reality. Okay. Mm-hmm. If a
That has
if
more to do,
if a
like-
robber comes in, any sort of relationship out there, the guy has to sacrifice his life. Literally, that is how it always is. That's how it's always going to be. If they don't, the woman will look at you.
Why do you
as,
think? Do you think? You know that women are more protective and territorial than men,
Dude, you
right?
cannot beat up a guy. I'm sorry.
That might be true,
And you cannot
but it
beat up.
doesn't mean I'm not gonna go down trying.
Okay, but I'm saying, for the most part, honestly, females are a liability in situations. Yes, they are very much a liability.
Okay.
If a bomb went off and I'm with a chick,
I'm sorry,
she's gonna be
but
screaming.
there's a lot of
She's gonna
bitch
be
ass
like,
men in the world these days.
there are.
Yeah.
So and
They
I
watch the
feel I could
podcast
beat
too.
And why do you think? And why do you think so many relationships are not working out today?
Because these
Because
men.
gender roles are a
Not
thing,
really.
and they're important.
Yo, you know, I was
Not
watching
really.
something a few weeks ago. I forget what part. It might have been on Joe Rogan or like something else. They're putting something in the water that's like changing the gender, and they did some experiment on. It was like mice or frogs or something, and their genders actually started changing.
Oh, I
they're-
watched that one.
They're putting this
Yeah,
stuff in
I
the
watched
water,
that.
and that's why they think that people are becoming more like fluid with like gender roles and stuff. Because there's this chemical
But what's the motive
that's
with it?
changing the hormones.
I feel like
I don't really know.
propaganda.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a motive. I don't know if there's.
Because
A,
I don't see that's like a motive for anything. I would say this though. This is what I believe.
I mean, it would explain a lot.
I believe that the reason why someone like Andrew Tate is banned in England and like canceled and all that stuff is because
He also got arrested for sex trafficking.
Yeah, but there's that stuff is
And
not
for
true.
But
though.
wait, why do you have to dismiss that?
That stuff is not true though.
No, you
because
How is
can't
it not
just-
true,
How do you
though?
know that though?
no,
How is
because
he-
he,
how's
because,
that not
no, because he wasn't found guilty. He wasn't found guilty.
That doesn't.
No, he wasn't
You know,
found guilty.
OJ wasn't found guilty either.
But here's what I'm trying to say though. Listen though,
Neither was
the reason
who's
why
the guy who killed himself in jail.
Epstein.
He got
You
charged a
know,
bunch
you
of
know,
times.
you know,
He
Harvey
wasn't found
Weinstein.
guilty.
Harvey Weinstein recently was not acquitted for anything.
But here's what I'm trying to say
Diddy's
though. But here-
has
but-
been out here diddying people
But like,
for how
it
long?
doesn't just because you're not
it's-
found guilty.
Okay, you guys go off topic. It's what I'm trying to say. It's irrelevant for what I'm trying to say. Whether he's guilty or not doesn't matter. The whole point of him being canceled and the reason why he was canceled, and this is before the charges too. The whole point of him being canceled was that
He's annoying.
a lot of countries, a lot of governments were scared of Andrew Tate because the main reason that they were so afraid of it was if you can influence young men and you can get them all together.
But I didn't
That
really
is the
know
most
who he
scariest
was, you know,
thing
until
that-
all that
Really,
stuff
though.
came
No,
out
no,
about
but,
him
but,
getting
really,
arrested.
no, but here's what I'm trying to say.
Not
He
really,
was
though.
not that
No,
influential.
yes, he
Not
was.
really.
Yes, he was.
In Canada?
In the world, he was the most Google man. He was the most Google man.
Maybe in your circles.
In 2022, you can search it up.
2022. It's because he blew up when he had that podcast.
Hold on, and I want to say this: the reason
even
why,
know he had
the
a
reason why he
podcast.
was so popular was because there's not a lot of masculine men role models out there. Like there's like
Kinda.
they're taking away all women.
You guys are looking at North America.
Women want a masculine man, but as soon as a man's masculine, it's like it's toxic. It's this,
There's
it's that.
not really
There's a
though. Some
difference
men are just
between
toxic.
toxicity
You
and
can't you
masculinity.
can't
Big
pick it.
difference.
You can't pick and choose. You
But
can't.
why? But how
can't-
can you?
Why-
Then why
you
can you
can't
pick and
say
choose?
you can't
No, my
nitpick.
question is, why can you pick and choose what is good for a woman then as a man?
What do you mean?
Because haven't you said that like a woman should be doing this? You choose a traditional woman, but when women want to be traditional, you guys don't want it.
No,
Like,
I'm saying-
What,
I'm
what if
saying-
a woman actually wants to stay home and you can't provide for her? What's that? You can't. She can't stay home.
Okay, yeah, and then what happens is that they don't stay in the relationship.
No, no, that's
They-
not
they-
always.
they
That's not
dip,
always
they
happens.
dip.
That's
Maybe
not
she
always
goes
happens
out
though.
and gets a job and holds you down until you fucking
But
you're back up.
but majority of the time though, most
no,
women won't do that
majority-
though.
No,
Most
a lot of
won't.
women do.
Nope.
You'd be surprised.
A lot of women do not. The thing is this: a lot of women on this podium have talked to a bunch of them. They all say the
Your
same thing.
Riz isn't
They
that
want, they want a man that leads.
But like, yeah, but some men just
They
can't
want
lead.
a man that can look that they can look up to.
Sure.
You cannot.
You want someone
a
that can
woman
teach you something.
A woman can hold it down,
But why
only
do you
for a
think
certain
that's
short
just
time.
financial?
Sorry.
Why do you think leadership and taking care of someone is? Just,
Because we live in a capitalistic world. That's the game that you're playing.
but it's not just
But it is-
financial.
but it
you
is the
can
game.
give so much more to a woman.
What else?
That's gonna make her want to take care of you and hold you down when
But
you're down.
besides, obviously, yes, financially taking care of somebody, because the number one reason for divorce is finance. No matter what you say, that is a stat.
Perhaps.
Kinda.
So-
Where's
Look these up like you have.
You could-
infidelity though?
No, but the thing is, actually, infidelity is not even. I think it's like fourth or third in terms of like divorce. Number one is finance. Finances fuck
And
up a
what's
lot of
the-
because
relationships.
Children?
because men can't.
I don't
Some
know.
men.
I
Some
didn't
men.
search up what
I
number two
know.
is.
I know.
You
but
didn't
the
know.
thing-
You didn't
But
try
number-
number two
but-
and
but-
number
but-
three.
but number-
But you know number four.
Because
number
it's
one.
but here's what I'm trying to say though is that in general though, a lot of times women want certain things, women want certain like characteristics in a guy. But going back to what I was saying with Andrew Tate though, the reason why he was canceled is because I told you, you influence young men. Look at the Taliban. That Taliban is
Hold on,
a
whoa,
prime
whoa,
example.
Just took a weird.
Because you guys think Taliban are like horrible people. No, but Taliban was just young
Wait,
rebel
what?
students. No, listen. Instead of
Let's
like
stop
being
talking about
instead,
Taliban now
instead of being like
No, I want
That's
to hear.
a
I want to hear this.
whole
Let him
other
speak.
wormhole.
Let him speak.
so the Taliban. So the way it worked was I don't know if you guys know the history of it, but Afghanistan was occupied at that time by the states. There was like they were influencing it. They were trying to influence with Western culture, and I forgot who.
What do you mean by occupied?
Like they tried westernizing it, right? And there were certain groups that didn't like that. And so they fought back, and that's kind of what the Taliban was university students. They weren't like just a bunch of fucking.
Taliban is
What about- do you support the-
Islamic group?
Yes, but what I'm
They
trying.
don't
Can I ask-
believe women should receive education.
No,
they don't
that's-
receive
Do you
women
No,
believe
should
that
be in the
women should
workforce.
believe? Do you believe women
but-
should
but
take
here- no, but-
And they
education?
are funded and supported by the West.
But you're
don't
not.
get it twisted.
But hold on, wait, no, hold on. What I'm trying to say to you is this, though. You're missing the whole entire point. If
They were
before you
glorified
guys,
in the early
before you guys
90s
stop
in the
interrupting me, let me
Let him
freedom
speak.
fighter.
Let him speak.
let
Let
me
him
educate
speak.
you. Let me
him
educate you.
speak. Let him
Okay.
speak.
So what I'm trying to
wanna
say,
hear more
what I'm trying to say to you,
about
whether again you're missing the point completely.
Okay, what were you
about the
trying to say?
The
What's point?
Taliban was a bunch of young males.
Okay.
They formed together,
Okay.
and look what happened. That's what I'm trying to say is that
Corruption.
when you influence young
Corruption.
males, what happens?
Corruption.
A shift in power happens.
But
That's
that's
what
not how
happens.
we got
No.
on this topic.
But no,
Corruption.
I just told you.
Okay.
Okay, but stop
What
fucking
were you trying
interrupting.
to say from the
Let me
beginning?
explain. If you guys keep interrupting, that's why. Andrew Tate, super influential.
That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
Right.
He influenced young males. That was his age group. Stop, please. Young age groups.
Okay.
Okay. Young men.
Okay.
I just gave you example. What happens when you influence young males? The
Ability
Taliban.
to control
the
the
Taliban.
masses.
But
That's
sorry.
so you're talking about the ability to control the masses.
Because if you control young males, that is the backbone of society. You always need young males to control to any sort of infrastructure out there. Think about it. Look at what's going on with the construction in Canada.
So-
The reason why housing market's so fucked up. They don't have young males building shit. Young people don't want to go into construction.
Why do you think men are the backbone of society?
Because men,
Kinda
what do you
are,
mean?
though.
They kind of are. Plumbing, electrical, sewage,
That's-
roads, buildings, engineering. Everything you see is designed by a man. It's young males. If-
Why don't you think there's female engineers or
because
female doctors?
I'm not saying
female-
there's not. I'm
That's
saying
what-
that it's
he's
a
gonna say it's an
minority.
anomaly.
It's a minority. It's a anomaly. It's a anomaly.
Anomaly.
Sorry, anomaly.
But that's only because women have been suppressed for a long time and they weren't allowed into the workforce.
No, it's actually not
It's
true because
also because women have traditionally made a third less for the same jobs.
nope, not.
And they've been in in society, they've been viewed as the matriarchs who are supposed to take care of their family and hold down the house and do all those things. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
as easy for a woman to do all those things and then work full time outside the house and have a meaningful role
Mm-hmm.
and do everything.
But what I'm trying to say to you, so
So-
the first thing I want to debunk
Yeah,
is
it's a minority.
So,
Fuck
so,
yeah.
so I want to debunk something. The women make more than men. You could search it up. That's a myth. That's a myth 20 years ago. And the second thing is women don't go into STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, mathematics.
No,
Not
that's true.
really.
Traditionally, that's true.
They don't want to go into it.
But that's changing. If you look at the recent stats, that's changing.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say, it's still not a.
But it's
not-
also
still not a
kinda
large
like-
shift. A lot of women. I bet all of us here know women that are in nursing programs, or in
I know female doctors.
teaching, or
But, like,
Female
also
doctors
just
in my
kinda, like-
culture, that's really normal.
But doctor,
For doctors
but
and
doctor
lawyers.
is also the same thing as
Or
nursing.
engineers.
It's taking care of people.
But nurse-
It's the same thing
Okay,
essentially.
so what you're saying is that like women are supposed to nurture and stay home.
No, that's not,
No, that's not what he's trying to say.
what I said
That's
at
not what he's
all.
trying to say.
That's not what I said at all.
But he's saying that, like, traditionally, women, even though I know now, as someone who's been in like STEM and also knows people who are in STEM, traditionally, women are just not going in STEM. And then when I say STEM, it's tech.
Yeah.
Because women in tech
Yeah.
are out there.
Yeah.
No woman is doing math. And
Yeah.
I feel sad because it's like
Yeah.
math is pretty cool. Engineering, women
I
are
did okay at
engineering.
math.
But science,
I did okay.
but what?
I
that's
didn't
different
decide-
than
I
doing
decided not
okay
to
in
go
math
that
and
way.
actually, but I feel like there's a
Yeah.
difference between doing okay in math in like high school and like maybe taking a course in college and
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
taking the degree and
Yeah.
actually going into the field. Because I feel like those women who are actually going into the field
Yeah.
deal with a lot more. I'm talking about women who are not in tech. Tech, I feel like tech is really diverse right now. The other parts of STEM are just not as diverse. And I'm sorry. And it's like, I feel like it's just going to take a really long time. And like he said, it's because traditionally women are not usually pushed to those roles. And it's like, it is what it is though. It's not like gatekeeping, but it's like usually,
the life of a woman is a lot more
they're
easier.
seen as being nurturers. They're supposed to be nurturers.
No, it's because
they're
women-
not supposed to be in science and saving lives, and because unfortunately, back in the day, long time ago, before we had the vote and all that, it wasn't women. That's what was preached. Women
So
are
can I ask you a question?
are too
who gave the right
feeble-minded.
for?
They don't have the ability.
I already know
to
what he's
reason.
gonna say.
They don't
I
have
already
the
know what he's
ability
gonna say.
to
No, but
make
can,
an argument.
can I ask
So-
you? Can I ask you a question?
Who
though?
gave women the right to vote?
If what rights do women have? What more rights do women have today? In terms
than
of
they did back then.
yeah, I'm saying sorry. Today, right now, what rights do men have that women don't?
Do men have that
Yeah.
women don't, or women don't?
That women don't have that like equal rights as men right now today.
Right now, I think a lot has changed for the better, for sure.
So why are they not
we have
going
equal
into-
rights to property and
Yeah.
divorce, and a lot
Yep.
of that has changed for sure.
So why are they not
I still
going-
think that there's a lot of like underlying. It's not gonna be like a women's feminist course right now,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a lot of different underlying reasons why women are suppressed and why women are held down. It's not just laws, right? Like it's also social, the way like, we live in society and the
How
social
so?
norms and all those things.
But those sounds like honestly, that sounds like excuses because adversity is going to come in every single metric.
And
You can be,
adversity
you can
builds
be
character, and I'm not against that.
And so what I'm trying to say is that just sounds like an excuse. In my opinion, if
Listen, you're talking to a woman who supports herself, who's been on her own since she was
Yeah,
17,
so-
who doesn't make excuses. So I'm not making excuses for anyone.
So what we're trying to say is that like, okay, you can go in these fields, you can go into STEM, but yet women don't go into it because they're biologically hardwired to do more nurturing type of jobs
That's not the argument I'm making.
and work
I'm
with
saying
people.
that's the label that men have put on us.
I mean,
I'm saying that's
And
biological.
maybe women are more nurturing biologically. Maybe they are.
They 100% are.
honestly. Yeah. But that doesn't mean we're not capable of doing other things.
I'm not saying they are.
Or
I'm saying that
adding value
they just don't do it
to
though.
any of those areas in STEM, right?
also,
I'm just saying they don't do it though. Like they can do it, but they don't go into it. Like
It's-
the
Like,
door is
listen,
open.
I have girlfriends who I grew up with, who are doctors,
Yeah.
who are lawyers, definitely who went into nursing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Scientists. I have a good friend that's a scientist right now.
What I'm trying to say is,
But it's what you're into.
it's rare. It's rare. That's what.
No,
that's
you're
what
it
right.
kind
It is
of well, it kind of is because like usually I would say like STEM for women is kind of rare, but it's now it's kind of being pushed more now than it was like 10 years ago and 20 years ago. Because like now they're actually teaching kids how to code. Like kids in grade 3 are learning how to
Yes.
code like right now.
But what I'm trying to, but that's because
Good.
that's
Because
because
of the tech push. That's the thing.
but regardless,
It's so-
so in your classes, how many women were there in each of your classes?
Technically,
you
we
the
had
only
the same
girl?
no, not this. No, technically, my program was a cohort, so
Yeah.
we had the same people, regardless if it was a tech class,
Yeah,
design
yeah,
class.
I get what you're
we
saying.
had the same people.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's different than if you would ask someone who was in like a larger program. Like it'd be different. Like because I know people who are probably probably one of 3 girls, or probably one of a few girls,
Yeah.
probably when they were in like bigger programs. Because my program was actually pretty small. So like it was obviously like it's gonna be a different experience, like
Well,
you said.
how many girls were here in class though?
I'd say like a good chunk. Like I'd say like majority of them were girls because I went to a design
Oh,
program.
you're design. Okay.
Can
So
I
that's
ask you
the
a
thing.
question?
Yeah.
How many female professors did you have?
I didn't really have, to be honest, I had, counting on my 3 years, I think I only had like 3.
Yeah. Do you think
3
that
or
has
4.
something to do with women being encouraged to go?
But the thing
into
is, it's
those?
also
But
just.
women are more teachers though than
No, like
women are-
most of them, but the thing is, most of these courses that like I had a female prof in were mostly like design like courses.
Yeah, yeah.
And which it was very sucky because like I'd rather have like someone who like actually someone who looked
Yeah.
who were.
But that's what. Sorry, going back to my point. But like that's what I was trying to say is that like when you influence the young males, you can pretty much take over society.
I know, I get your point, and I get what you're saying, and I get why that would scare governments.
100%.
That's why
But-
4chan is popular.
I mean that's why.
But there's so many different things that influence people now. Do you know what I mean?
But the
There's a market
shift-
for everything.
But the shift-
But the shift with Andrew Tate was massive.
Can
Like,
I-
it
can
was
I-
huge.
can I
The
ask-
fact that you know about it, the fact that even my mother.
I
even
know
knew.
about him, but to be honest, I don't know as much as you. Like, I found out some
I know.
things tonight.
Can I ask-
I didn't
Yeah.
know. I didn't know he had a.
Can I ask you
podcast.
something?
Sure.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
And then how you something?
Yeah.
So you're saying the push. I want to talk about obviously I'm talking about men that are probably around your age to like my age.
Sure, let's say 2030.
2030.
Okay.
These men right now, I feel like they're getting influenced not really by, I feel like a type of red pill movement. Not necessarily the main one. I'm talking about the ones that are like, the ones that are typically mass shooters. Like the ones that are getting radicalized. What do you talk about those, like that, is that a minority? Not, there, some of them are incels, some of them are like, just deeply deranged people. Like those people are also a part of the same movement that you're fighting for.
I think-
How do you like? My thing is, how do you differentiate them from Andrew Tate?
I would say this. I want to label this. I would say that men today, especially who, let's say, are very masculine. Okay, let's just say, okay,
Mm-hmm.
who take pride in their being masculine, or take pride in being a dude, whatever it is.
Yeah,
or-
what's up?
I think a lot of times they're labeled as incels, or they're labeled as certain things. And especially
No,
in today.
let him continue.
And when they're labeled as incels, even though they're saying, hey, like I'm just being my natural biological self, right? My being masculine self. I think that can lead to a lot of like self-conflicting anger issues on the opposite sex. And I think that is where it stems from. Instead of, hey, let's, there are obviously there can be toxic traits in being a masculine person. I get it. Like you can't just be like, bitch this, bitch that, hold
Because
this, hold that, right?
Because if someone was treating you like that, if I'm like, yo, do this, do this, do this, you're a man, and it's like you have to understand that like you can't speak to people that
course,
way.
of course.
And like obviously, I just
course.
feel like you have to. Also, it's not necessarily. It's just rudeness.
Of course, but what I'm trying to say is that for the men who are vocaling themselves like, hey, like I want to be a masculine man, I want to be all that stuff.
Which
a
is
lot
fine.
of times they get labeled still as incels.
But the thing is,
and I think that the thing is that a lot of these men are not being catered to.
but you also have to realize that some of these, but it's also the shift in like, I would say in like society. Cause like, I feel like if they had these like opinions and thoughts like 30, maybe 50 years ago, it would have been accepted, but it's like the shift in like society. But I feel like some of them need to really like, because some of them I feel like it's not always just like you want like a traditional woman. It's fine, but it's like you also have to look into yourself and see
But what
why.
I'm trying to say though, Leanne, is that men are so confused today because they want to take on a masculine role, but at the same time, they don't have that authority that they would have over a wife or girlfriend or whatever it is. Because at some point in time, 20, 30 years ago, when you were in a marriage, you would have that authority over your wife, right?
But-
like
But is that what masculinity
But
it is though,
Can I
because
ask
because
having authority
because
over somebody
but it's
else?
not. But thing is, it's not about authority where like you're like.
It's not feeling comfortable with your
No, it's-
manly
Can I-
It's not. Hold on.
and what being well
Okay,
adjusted?
yeah.
It's not about being authoritative, like where you're like, okay, bitch, you can't go here, you can't go there. It's just having that leadership where, like, think about it. If you want to be a leader, you have to have some sort of authority, right? You have to.
Yes.
They-
But you also
like,
have to-
you
The
have to.
household?
But you also
Is
have
that
to
what you're
have good
talking
communication skills.
And
though.
that's what I'm trying to say is that like there was once upon a time like, hey, like if the man's like, hey, maybe you should not go clubbing, maybe you should not do this, maybe you should not do that.
Can I
You would
ask you a
have that
question?
authority before. Yeah.
Do you believe like did you support when men like if a woman did not have food on the table she should get beat? Did you support that?
No, I don't think you should beat any woman. I don't think you should beat any woman.
Because that's what I'm wondering.
No.
I'm like,
But what-
obviously.
but what-
yeah.
but-
Then if I'm working as long as you are, then you better not ask me what's for dinner.
But that's what I was going back to say with my original point is that men are so confused because it's like, hey, every woman that comes on here, they say they want a masculine man. And it's like, okay, I'm trying to be masculine, but then you're like, I'm toxic, I'm this, I'm that.
But like, okay, what about the reverse though? What about the reverse?
Masculinity, right?
What ab-
Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm saying, what about the reverse though, where you guys say you want a feminine woman, but it's like when she tries to be like, she tries to do these things, you guys are basically saying that she's not doing enough as a woman.
Like what though? Exactly.
Like if she's not cooking, cleaning constantly, but it's like you're also like she's like you said, some women have full-time jobs though. Like not all the time where like she probably has to rely on other like not necessarily you as a man, but probably rely on her
But that's
kids.
why relationships are failing today though. Because like I
Women
said,
have too much rights,
it's
you're
not
saying?
it's not necessarily I would even say it's not necessarily men and women's fault. I would say it's just because of how capitalism itself is failing.
Mm-hmm.
Things are getting more expensive where unfortunately you need you need two people to work in order to afford
Probably
things,
three
right?
at this point.
And gender roles worked perfectly in the 80s, 70s, 90s. Like our parents all grew up that way. And a lot of parents are still together till this day.
Uh-huh.
And that's the reason why it worked. It's because gender roles are there for a reason.
But
So
here's the thing, and sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt,
no. Mm-hmm.
but just going back to what we were speaking about earlier today, if people are playing those roles,
yeah.
then it makes the other person want to do things, right? Like,
Yes. Yes.
So if I see my man working hard every day,
Yeah.
he's a good leader, he brings peace
Yeah.
to me, he's grateful for everything I do, and it's gonna make me want to do more. It's
Yes.
gonna make me want to have dinner, like his favorite food ready
Yeah.
on the table when he gets home. It's gonna make me want to run him a bath after he's
Yeah.
works a long day, and like give him a back rub or whatever before bed. But if he's coming in angry and like, you know, smashing shit and whatever, like
Of course.
what's going on, you know, that's gonna, you know,
Of course.
that rubs off.
I
right? People
agree.
feed off each other's
I
energy.
100% agree with you on that.
And I get what you're saying about life being more complicated.
Yes.
Now. It is hard because people have more stress, right?
Yeah. And
But that's also a cop out to me. Because
No,
if
not-
you care about each other, you're gonna make each other
Which is kind of difficult.
not
priority.
not necessarily.
being kind to each other a priority.
you
And
can-
you'll be each other's de-stress.
You
know
can
what I
be
mean?
no, you can be
Escape.
no. The thing is this is that the way capitalism is heading towards and how the direction it is that each year inflation keeps going up higher and higher and higher, right? So that means that your money is worth less, your cash value is worth
Okay,
less,
sure.
right? So you're working a job, you're actually losing money each year.
Sure.
Okay, so the issue is that why a lot of people are not having kids today is because they can't afford it.
Yep.
And the people that do have kids today, it's two parents that are working.
Yep.
Where things get conflicted is that who shares the roles for taking care of the kid?
Gender
Who-
roles get
the,
blurred,
the,
right?
the gender roles get blurred, and that's where
Totally.
things where the saying where men become more feminine, women become more masculine. That's where shit gets
agree with
fucked up. And so what I'm trying to say is that it's not necessarily a cop out. It's just I believe that capitalism itself is a failing system, and it's been failing. And the reason why I think it worked for our parents and not us is because our parents who came here, immigrants or whatever it is, they had the best opportunity because mom stayed at home, father worked at whatever job and was able to get a house, was able to get
With just the one job.
just
right?
with the one job and feel like a man and have that respect where like okay
Nah.
like yeah, now there's not really much respect going on both sides of spectrums, to be honest with you. A lot of times, unfortunately, a lot of women are very promiscuous as well. Guys don't like that.
I think a lot of women are moving like men now, like straight up and down.
And I think a lot of women are moving like men, so that's the problem.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where the issue lies, right? So that's where, like I said,
Yeah,
it's
but who's gonna stay around and be a fool and work hard and provide and get played and not get treated right? Like, I mean, you could just get up and walk away instead of cheating. I'm never gonna
it's not
Yeah.
it's
be
not
okay with that.
it's not
or-
just that though, but it's also the overabundance of options too. Like that's where like people have to understand that Tinder came into the play. Like I know dating apps.
2013.
Easier because of dating apps.
It's not that it's easier. It's that the thing about dating apps that messes up. The thing about dating apps people understand is that it's a middleman that doesn't want you to succeed
Yeah.
because they want you to stay on the app.
Remember Ashley Madison?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So the reason is that like, if you really think about it, dating apps primarily started becoming popular in 2014, 2015, like Tinder and stuff like that.
2000.
That's only like what, less than 10 years?
Not
You
really,
know,
almost a
people have
decade.
been like, just if you're gonna cheat, you're gonna find a way, right?
It's not about just cheating. It's that like you would have now that you have such an overabundance of options, especially females too, right? You don't know who to choose. So it's like I forgot what the complex is called, but like when you have too many options,
And people get desensitized.
you get like almost desensitized, and then so you don't know, right? And unfortunately for men, the reason why men are so depressed today, the reason why men have such a high level of what do you call it? So that the whole incel movement, all that stuff is occurring is because men who download dating apps, there's a percentage of I think 67% of males are on dating apps, and then 33% of females are on like Tinder or Hinge and all that shit. So that means you're pretty much at a difference of what 2 to 1 already.
And
So-
that's funny because don't they say that there's more women than men in the world?
Yeah, because that's the thing, right? And it's like we live in a time now where pretty much dating apps are the only way you
that
can
tell you
only meet someone.
Yeah.
You can only
About
meet
how
people.
safe women feel with men, like
No, but it's because it's just the way.
it's not because we're not out here single. Promise you.
No, it's not that. I also just truly believe that it's honestly no matter what it is, it comes down to people are not happy because people are not living a certain standard of life that their parents had and then they don't have. People don't have houses. People, if you don't have your,
Harder.
it's harder, right?
Harder.
You can't. It's pretty hard to date somebody when you don't have your own place.
Harder to maintain the same standard. of
Exactly.
life that we
Yeah.
used to
Exactly.
traditionally and
'Cause-
with one person.
So money does 100%.
Well,
matter.
yeah, because
I agree.
people were talking about how like 10 years ago life was actually better to
Dude, life was better too on 19. What do you mean? 5 years ago, life was
5 years
better.
ago.
It's only after the.
lot has changed.
It's only and the crazy
Because
part. is-
remember, people used to actually used to live downtown with rent. They could actually live downtown with like a measly job, still pay rent, still do other stuff. Now you can't even pay
There's
rent.
never been a time in our history of like capitalism where we printed more money than we did in 2020. So this is what you're experiencing right now is something that it's never happened before. And people's quality of life has like just diminished completely.
People are leaving North America too.
Honestly,
Well, in some places in the state, the thing about the states is what's great about the states is that every state's so different. It's like, yeah, people are moving out of California, but you can live anywhere in the states. In Canada, you're pretty much restricted to just Toronto and Vancouver, and maybe like like Montreal.
Montreal,
maybe.
Edmonton,
Very few cities. Though.
Edmonton.
And Calgary, Edmonton, bad weather, really bad weather. People
Not,
don't
I
like
mean,
it.
like at least it's affordable. Well, it's kind of not affordable now because everyone's
Something
moving
more.
there.
But at least with the states, it's like shit's a little more cheaper. And like,
Move to the Midwest.
but it's not. But truly, it's not just North America. It's like you're talking about Japan. You're talking about South Korea. You're talking about so many different places in the world.
UK. Shout out to Suki.
Everybody printed money. Everyone printed money, right? So it's like you're living.
They gave away a lot of free money during the pandemic too,
Well, yeah, I mean they kind of had to, but like
yeah.
they kind of had to, right? But like
Well, because they put a stop to every other
the world economy, right? So now you're in a place where like pretty much inflation only benefits people who own assets, and anyone that doesn't own assets, you're pretty
Got
much
it.
screwed. So that's why a lot of young people, unfortunately, didn't even own any assets before 2019.
harder.
It's
Yeah,
harder
it's
now,
harder now.
and so by that, your money's worth so much less, and then you don't even want to date. Like if you're going your own shit
You're
together, you don't
stressed.
even want it. You're
And to
stressing.
be
Stress.
honest, like, don't even try.
Yeah, it's no
You
point.
Don't have the, like.
If you don't have the funds,
In my
don't
opinion,
even try to have fun.
In my opinion, having a girlfriend is a luxury.
Have
Can be.
It's
Can be.
it's
It
a
depends-
luxury.
I really think it depends how old you are, because you could still be young and grow together and build together. And I've seen people do that. I know people who have been together since high school and they're still married. And I know people who.
You don't think those people cheat since high school?
No, I don't.
there's some people that actually been together
My
since.
best friend has been with her husband since.
He doesn't
high
believe in love, so don't try
and
to talk to
neither-
him.
Well,
How do you
I
know
know
that?
for sure she isn't, because I know she's
Okay,
my best friend. I know
her,
how she moves.
her, but not him. How do you know him? Come on.
100% he hasn't.
Oh, that's a lie.
You don't. He doesn't believe in love. That's all I
Dude.
gotta
They
say.
love each other
He doesn't
so
believe.
much.
You
Don't
can
try to
love, you can
convince
love
him.
someone but as a guy. You can still love someone, still fucking another girl, and not care about.
100%.
Yeah.
But
don't-
I don't think he would.
Don't try to convince
I know
him.
there's men that don't cheat. I
Dude.
know there's men that are actually selective and weird about who touches them. Like, what female touches them.
I don't know. I've okay. Every time, so I watched this.
And it's
one-
not most men, I'll tell you. It's
I-
not like 99.9%.
I watched this. I watched.
men,
Yeah, exactly. I watched
there's a bunch.
I watched this one YouTuber. It's called UDY or something. I forgot what it's called. But anyways, it's basically like their loyalty test, right? Every single time, the guy always fucking fails. There's never been a time where the
Like
guy's
her best
passed.
friend called her
Yeah.
or something.
The girls,
I've seen that.
the girls will sometimes pass, but 25% times, maybe 30% times they'll pass, but way more higher than guys. Guys
Yeah.
will fail every single fucking time.
Because guys are not good people.
What does that tell you? That women are
Inherently evil.
No, I think I think both men and women are both
Evil.
loyal.
They're all evil.
But when but it,
Every one of them.
Dated.
what did you think of the podcast so far? Like as we
What's
wrap
going
up.
on with your generation, you guys?
Yeah, what's going on with our generation, sis?
happened
We're
to
the
90s
same.
or
We're the same
You're
generation.
You're not that shit. You're we're Sim. You're in the middle.
I'm 30,
Yeah, not in the same generation.
but wait, you're 38.
I'm a millennial.
So am I.
He's in
I'm
the
an
middle.
older millennial.
He's an old. She's an older millennial. You're like
Yeah.
a zillennial. You're like in the middle of Gen Z and millennial.
Yeah,
That's what they
yeah.
call you guys. Because you
But,
guys are
okay, you want to know something interesting though? Okay, so this is very interesting. Gen Z wants to get married more than millennials.
crazy.
Is
It's because they see the fucked up shit that we've been through, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not going down that route."
Yeah,
And they
I've seen how
and they-
his life's
and they
going
see,
through.
And they see how our parents are, and they're like, "I actually rather go with this route." They've seen the difference, and they actually want to go
is that?
the other side.
Inshallah, I hope so. Like,
Yeah, Sim. Hopefully your generation does better.
yeah, it ain't easy.
I mean, it's her generation.
It's your
It's her
generation as well.
generation.
It's your generation as well.
I mean, she's the older generation.
You guys. You're in the middle. That's the problem. You're in the.
I'm in the middle of it. Yeah.
You're in the middle. Because you're in the middle of both of us, to be honest.
Yeah, you are actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because technically
Don't
people
put me in
don't
the
know how
Gen
to.
Z category.
We can't put you in millennial category either because it's in the middle of
Can we
like.
talk about why Gen Z thinks it's okay to tattoo their face?
Don't talk about me. I'm not born in 2006.
Can we talk about
I
the
think
face?
I'm not born in
I think
2006.
I think it's a form of just like
Self-expression.
no,
Is
no,
it because it's so easy to get tattoos removed now? They're just like, fuck
it's
it.
not easy. You just
First
look
of
it's
all,
hard.
I've seen more millennials get more tattoos removals because some of them got Kanye tattoos, and I'm
You guys are
laughing to this
ruining all
day.
your pretty faces. covering them up. It used
But I feel
to be like
rappers always
I
do
feel
that.
old, like in my day. Like
First of all,
used
I've
to be,
seen more millennials.
Mexican gangsters and like
Drake gets them in
you're,
face
like,
tattoos.
owned by a pimp.
Drake's
He
the
was,
same age as you.
Fucked
Yeah.
your face
What
up.
about Drake?
Drake.
Does he-
Drake the
he
same
got
age as
that-
you.
Yeah, that doesn't count. He has
Why
millions.
is that-
Because he's like a billionaire. He can do whatever the fuck he
Lil
wants with his
Wayne.
body.
Lil Wayne.
When you have over a certain amount of money, it doesn't matter.
Do you find it attractive? Face tattoos?
No. I'm not
What's wrong with that?
wrong with it?
I'm just joking.
Okay, wait, but you have a goal. You have a little thing right here.
Yeah, like
That's
I
a-
don't mind.
that's a
little-
new era
I don't
thing.
mind a little. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, they've had this since I was young.
But
Grills
this-
are my era.
but this-
Loose
but-
diamonds are my era.
But this became super popular in this,
When?
like the little.
Since when?
Since I would say when Drake actually got that little,
Yeah.
the thing, every person did after that.
I didn't even know he had it. I know he had face tattoos. I know he got
So you know what I'm talking about.
something over his eyebrow recently, like a Arabic word.
Flo Milli does
Yes.
it too.
Yes, you know,
Skin
you
over
know
his
that.
eyebrow recently.
Face tattoos are, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't see a lot of people with face tattoos. Have you?
To me, it just looks like a branding, like someone branded.
Supreme?
Supreme.
Yeah, like it's like a gang thing,
Yeah, gang.
or it's like.
I feel like you should get a face tattoo, Sim.
Where do you? Okay, so before we end the thing, I want to ask you like a question. Like, what's wrong?
been an interesting
Where do you see your generation that fucked up?
Why did my generation fuck up?
Because they.
In what way?
Well, I mean, technically, you're still a millennium, so I mean.
Millennium.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm just
But,
joking.
but why do
I
you
think
think?
my generation's doing good. Like I think we're
I don't know, man. Because
like
Mentally-
in terms of like surviving.
I
I
mean,
don't know. Isn't every
'Cause there's a lot-
generation mentally unstable right
yeah.
Isn't the
They're
world mentally unstable
anyone
right
that's
now?
like in their 30s, like,
like
anyone in
late
their
20s?
30s, anyone below 40 is pretty much like pretty unhappy, especially
Really?
in Canada.
below 40.
Below 40, yes, below 40 right now. Maybe even below 35, you
I
could
know
say
people in
36.
I listen. I have a whole group of friends that are happily married with kids that are living their lives that way.
Yeah, but
square,
you kind of got
you
in.
know, regular degular. And then I have a group of friends that are like still like working
But
downtown,
remember, though-
living there like.
But
whatever.
remember though, your generation, like I'm not saying your generation, but your age group, you guys kind of weren't like, yeah, you guys got a little bit affected by the housing market, but by 2008, 2009, 2010, you guys were still able to afford like a house and
Well,
you could
that
still
was
have
the
a
big
kid.
Crash, right?
And that's when it was a good
the-
opportunity, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's when I bought my first property.
Exactly, right?
100%.
So like kids who were like, let's say I'm like
But
30.
you still had to have enough for a down payment.
Yeah, but-
you still had to.
I was
save,
a
you had
big-
to have some ambition.
Come
have some
on,
money, like
saving
that.
saving 20 G's. Anyone can save 20 G's, in my opinion. If you put your mindset to it, how many people can save
Not
two?
anyone
How many people can save
20.
200?
Okay, but what was 20 G's back then?
But it's
Didn't that-
it's not it's not
harder to
200
get.
G's.
No, I know for sure.
Yeah.
It's blown out of proportion. now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But it was harder to get 20 G's back then too.
But you would get also incentives too.
It's harder to make even 50 G's as in your 20s when you were in my generation.
Yeah, but actually no.
Now kids want to like come out of school making like 100.
No, that's
Ooh,
not
that's stretching it. That's like if you're
cap.
making doctor money.
That's
I don't
cap,
even think
yeah.
you're a doctor.
You should see what these people come in asking
No, it's cap.
for.
It's cap.
Legal assistance.
It's cap. But no.
I'm doing the interview.
Oh no, legal. No, but here's the thing though. I know stuff about the law clerks. I know that law clerks are very rare right now, and they have the advantage. So they deserve that level of that leverage. So they have that right. I know.
They're asking for at
they're
least
asking for.
70 to 80
Yeah,
Gs.
but before.
That's out of school. Like
But before they were making like 50, 40, right?
I started at 30.
Yeah, but you know why though? People, okay, you know why people are asking for that though is that you can't live off 45K, 50K anymore. Like they're giving the
And
same.
you couldn't live off 30 back then.
You can, you could, yeah, you could.
Remember the days
100%.
Not downtown. Not
I'm not saying downtown. I'm saying.
downtown, like
in the
probably
city, if you're working
Brampton.
at a law firm in the city, you got to honor your work, right?
But what I'm trying to say is like with 35, 40K, let's say in 2010,
Yeah.
you can live off 40K
You
now.
have another person living with you, and you have roommates or a significant other. 100%.
I think in downtown Toronto you need to make 100K for renting. If you want to own a property, you need to make
on
200K.
your own. 100%.
Yeah, on your own.
And if you want to own, you probably need to make over 200.
200,000
Because it's like, oh well, maybe a condo. You could own a condo with 200K. Yeah.
with the condo you can own to. With the house, I think you make like 250. I think.
Yeah, you gotta make more.
And that's like, at that point, like, I think the percentage of people who make like over 100K in Canada is like
On par with lots
5 or
of
6%.
places, you know, in New York.
It's not even
Word.
Not necessarily though.
Markets are
Oh,
like-
housing market, yes.
Yeah.
Housing market, yes.
Not
Worldwide, it's actually
infrastructure.
worldwide.
Yeah.
not infrastructure.
Yeah, but the infrastructure sucks though.
Yeah.
It really
It's,
do. though.
it's all just like I said, it's all capitalism. It's all just like greed. It's all greed, and that's
Yeah.
where
That's
I
where we're
think-
gonna end it.
not you guys, not your age group. It's actually boomers. Boomers are the one
ruined
that
everything.
Boomers ruined.
People even before
Everything.
boomers fucked
They
up.
ruined every single damn
Listen, the
thing.
founding fathers fucked this shit up.
Yeah, I mean capitalism
I
itself
mean-
is,
You know,
is
the
just a
Rockefellers
structure.
and the J.P. Morgan, the people
Yeah,
who
yeah,
privatized
yeah.
the banking system, they fucked us all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
That's
got,
us all over.
it's modern day. It's modern day slavery.
Modern day slavery.
You actually,
Slavery.
you actually
The
don't.
way
Own,
we live
you,
is the new slavery.
you actually don't own anything. Everything. So the thing
I
is
mean,
that
I do, but most
no,
people
no, you don't. What do you mean you own? Like a property? But you don't own the property. You don't own the property.
don't. Yeah, I do.
No, you don't. It's the Queen's land. So you're renting. So Canada.
It's actually
What
the
the fuck does
king.
the queen own?
Technically,
So hold on.
Sim.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Canada is a monarch. So that means that the way it works is because I know someone whose wife works for the government.
It's crown land.
Yeah. So if you have a farmland and the government's like, we need to build a road, they pay you off. You have to take it.
They have to pay you because
They have to pay you. They have to pay you.
Your property.
It's your property.
And a lot of the time, you get millions and millions.
But here's what I'm trying to say, though. But here's what I'm trying to say. You act up the government. You say shit. You start doing shit. They freeze your bank accounts. They do other shit. Look,
whatever they
look,
want
but
to.
look at Kanye West. Remember Kanye West literally said about the whole Jewish thing. J.P. Morgan froze his money for saying that. Is that freedom? That's not freedom.
Yeah, I feel like
None of us are.
don't mess
None
with
of
the
us are free.
Jews.
None
Don't
of
mess
us are
with the
free.
Jews.
Yeah, seriously, don't. No, yeah, definitely.
No, I
definitely
remember
don't.
this. I remember I saw this
Definitely.
one guy. No,
Yeah.
you get canceled. I swear you get canceled if you utter anything about the Jews,
Everything is
especially at that
anti-Semitic.
one event that happened to
Everything's
the Jews.
anti-Semitic.
You just get wiped off the planet because
Yeah.
they're gonna ruin your life.
I love Jews.
We love Jews on
love
this
Jewish.
podcast. We support Israel. I'm just joking.
Let's
That's
not
gonna be
go
too
so
much.
far.
I'm joking. I'm
Anyways,
joking.
guys, make sure you guys subscribe. Like, how'd you like the podcast?
It was good.
Yeah, learn a lot. As an older
It
person.
was a decent conversation. It's
a decent
I don't know about to learn a lot, but.
Anyways, guys, take care. Make sure you subscribe.
Hopefully Ace comes
Peace.
back next time.
This is a live stream.